Okay, guys, it's Fred Gillen from More Marketing Ideas. And what I want to do today is I want to show you how to use Go Highlevel to create pipelines so you can monitor where people are within your sales cycle. So let's get right to it and watch the rest of the video. Okay, I've been asked a couple of times of how pipelines work and how you can track people's engagement on various stages of the sales cycle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use our publication, our book publication, as a demo of how we can do this. So the first thing we've got to do is we've actually just got to go into opportunities down here. So this is all based on the Go Highlevel platform and makes it very easy to track people coming into the system. So the first thing we're going to do is we've got to go to opportunities. Okay, and when we go into opportunities, it's got a demo pipeline here that we can actually use to see how it works out. And a pipeline is effectively stages within your sales process of how people come in to the system, what stage they're at, how they get information, and finally to close out where you actually get the sale. So for this example here that comes with the system, you've actually got new leads, so it tells us how many are in there, contacted, qualified, and proposals sent. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set one up for our book launch for edition 2 of the Smart People, Smart Business compilation book. So in order to do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to pipelines. Okay, and it says create a pipeline. So it's pretty straightforward. So we've gone to pipelines and we select create a pipeline. Now it's going to ask me for the pipeline name, so I'm just going to put in the acronym for Smart People, Smart Business. So interested, right? Stage name is registered interest, right? The next stage is sent info. And really, you can add as many stages as you want into your cycle, but what we've got is we've got the sent info, which is our thank you page or introductory page, which tells people about the pricing and everything else. So really what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put in a stage for the sale. So we've just got payment. Whoops, sorry. Payment, okay? And we just save that. So, and this is the sample one they had. So we go in and we can edit this at any time. So we can add a stage, we can change a stage, we can do whatever we like, okay? So that's all okay. So we'll just save that. Now, what do we do with a pipeline? Well, the first thing we've got to do is we've got to then set up an automation so that when something happens, people move through the pipeline. So if we open this, so we go back to opportunities now, right? And I just drop down our pipeline and we go to this one here. We can now see that we've got 3 stages. Okay, so we need to find out now, how do we first off add people to this stage, and then if we've sent the info, we add them to that stage, and then if we move them across when they've actually made a payment. So this is very simple. This is all triggered off a form being filled in. So they've registered their interest and filled in the form on the front page. The info, they get it automatically, so I'm going to just basically push people across here. But if you had to send them, say, a PDF manually or send an email, and maybe that's what I'll do here, I'll actually change that to sent email, because they automatically get the landing page with the details, but we'll follow up with an email. So I'll probably go back and change that to, well, I don't need to change it because it's sent info. I'm just going to send them an email. Okay, and then when we send them the email, we'll trigger this off. So how do we do that? Well, what we need to do is we need to go to automations. Okay, and when we go to automations, this creates a workflow. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a workflow, and I'm going to do a workflow from scratch. So I'm just going to go click here, create a workflow, and start from scratch. Okay. Now, first thing we need to do when we create a workflow is give it a name. So I'm just again going to use the acronyms: Smart People, Smart Business, right? Interested, okay? So that's the name. We just click off of there and it'll save that. If we scroll down a bit here, you say we need to add a trigger. Well, what's going to trigger this? Well, when they fill in a form, it's going to trigger it. So I'm just going to go over here and type in form to search for a form, and we've got form submitted. Okay. Now, you obviously have the form pre-set up, so you really have to have the form there beforehand. So I've got to go to form submitted. We add a filter and we select from the form, and I go form is, and we select down here. And I've only got one form on this system at the moment, so it's the registration form, and we set the trigger. Okay. Now, in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tag the person as well. Okay. So we're just going to add a thing, and I'm going to tag the person. Tag the person, right? So we can add a tag. And what's the tag? Well, we're just going to go interested, okay? And so I just need to add a new tag, and it's interested. So let's tag that contact in our system with the interested, and maybe I'll change that to make it clearer. I'll get rid of that, and we'll go because we may want to tag them with something else later. So I'm just going to add a new tag. Okay, so that's save that. We'll save that action. Now the next thing I want to do is I actually want to add them to the pipeline. So we just go pipeline. And I think it's opportunity, sorry. So here we just need to add them to the opportunity. So I'm going to go create or update an opportunity, right? And it's in what pipeline? So let me just do that again. So it's in this pipeline, and what stage do we want to add them to? So I want to add them to the registered, okay? And the opportunity name, you don't necessarily have to do this, so we're just going to leave that as it is. And the source, we can actually put in something in here if we want to, or we can leave it. So I'm just going to put it in web form. Web form, okay? And we'll save that. And that's it, okay? Now, what we can do is we can actually also set up another one that if we want to tag people, okay, and that's really what it is. So I'm just going to save that. And remember, you need to save, always save. And I'm actually going to publish it and save it. Okay, and then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go and we're going to have a look at where are we going. So this is our Smart People, Smart Business form. So I'm just going to actually go to the front page. So I'm just going to go to smartpeoplesmartbusiness.com. This is the page. It's got all the information in here, and I'm interested in it, so I'm going to actually apply. It opens up a form. I'm going to put in my name, last name, Gillen, phone number, 7, email, pick my more marketing ideas one, how many years you've been in business. I'll just put in 10 for now. Okay, so I've just got to put that in, and we check the boxes for marketing here, and it's got register your interest in contributing to our next edition, and we'll click go. Okay. So this is just thank you page. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is we're just going to go back and have a look at our pipeline. So we're back out of here. And if things worked, we're in business. So we go opportunities, SBS. Yep. So we got SBS, and we've got Fred Gillen, and it's come in, and it's told me it's the web form. Now I could have put a value in there, and the value in here is really what people are going to pay for your product, and that will then show up on your charts at the beginning. So if I want to move somebody across, I can actually move them across manually. So just move them over here, right? We put them back. Or you could set up an automation based on an action to move them across to the next stage of your pipeline. Okay, hopefully that's a good explanation and shows you how things work and how you can actually set up a pipeline to control or manage your business. So you just watched me create a pipeline in Go Highlevel. Now, that's hopefully that helps you with your business. But if you would like to try out Go Highlevel and you don't have Go Highlevel, then if you look down in the description below, you'll find a link where you can get not 14 days, which is the normal Go Highlevel access, but you can get 30 days of Go Highlevel and then decide if you want to continue or not. But it'll give you plenty of time to play with the system, learn about it. And if you've got any questions, reach out to me while you're in the trial and I'll help you get whatever you want happening. If you want to create a landing page, I'll help you do that. If you want to create an email sequence, I'll help you do that. If you want to build a pipeline, I'll help you do that. Okay, so just click the link below and let's see if I can help you in any way possible to use systems like Go Highlevel to automate delivery of your content. Okay, take care, guys. Have a great day. And this is Fred Gillen at More Marketing Ideas.